Let's hear from the coach. We call it Behind the Beard with Bobby Smyrniotis, head coach and technical director of Forge FC. Now, the man who takes us there, here's Anthony Urciuoli on the Forge Audio Network.
Coach, how did it feel to be mic'd up last game?
Yeah, I think it's something that's there, not something I really, to be honest, pay attention to, right? Something that is done for good reasons always.
Yeah, it was the video got. I don't know if you got to see the video, but I mean the comments, the reviews were great. People liked getting inside the locker room and kind of hearing, just getting inside a little bit. Do you think things like that are just good for the fans, for the league, kind of the growth?
Yeah, I guess to be honest, I haven't seen any video that's gone out, so I'll have to take a look at it. But I think sometimes it's good for the supporters, the fans, the general public, just to see what goes on, in behind the scenes with the team. And I'm not sure exactly what they showed, but I think it always helps. Gives a little bit more in-depth look, and mostly into the players. I think that's the most important thing. It's taking a little bit of a deeper dive into what these guys do to get prepared and to play matches week in, week out.
You didn't see it, but I'll tell you, one thing that really showed through was just how proud you were of the guys after that match, and the guys were visibly upset. But just your idea that game's over now, let's move forward. So how do you think the team has kind of moved on now from that disappointment?
Oh, 100%. It's you just move on to the next game. You can't do anything in that situation. We've played a brilliant game, and it's come down to roulette, as they say. We've gone 12 shots between the two teams, and that's how penalties go. But I thought we had a very good performance, and we just need to keep that up. We're down a few players, key players in the squad, but you see every week it doesn't make a massive difference to this group. They come out there, they play their football, no matter who the opposition is, and that's what we have to continue to do.
And you got a good feel for your club. I mean, you had all the confidence in the world in them, but they really proved that on the big stage they can perform.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't only a Saturday thing. We've been doing this now for 3.5 years, and the idea is that we continue to do that. That's what gives you the hunger as a player and everyone to keep on moving forward and making sure you put yourself into big match situations. We've got the season ahead of us here, and we know the season leads into playoffs. And if you want to get into the next big matches, you got to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's nice to have Pacific up next too. To really focus on the next task at hand, and it's a really good Pacific club.
Yeah, I mean, whoever comes up next comes up next. There's always a plan for every team, whether it's Pacific, Ottawa, York, or from that end. To us, it doesn't really make a big difference, and that's no disrespect to any opponent we play. We're going to go out there. We're going to see where we can impose ourselves on a game, both on the ball and off the ball, and we'll look at the same plan. Looking forward to Sunday.
That first match against Pacific seems like ages ago now. I mean, it wasn't that long ago, but it feels that way. Would you say that both clubs are just different? I mean, it feels like the two clubs are different than where they were in that first match.
Yeah, I think I don't know how different they are. That's I guess a question for their coach and their club and how they feel things are. But I think we've been playing consistently good football. The results haven't been all positive for us, but going from that game, we've been growing. We've been integrating a lot of new players, especially over these last 3-4 games with a lot of our back line out, and we've seen that it doesn't really make us miss a step, and that's the important thing, because I think longevity, I think depth in squad is the most important thing that you see throughout the season, and we've been doing great with that. And we've also seen teams across the league struggle with it, with key players missing out of the lineups and so on. But the one thing's for sure, anytime a team plays Forge, they're at their best, so that's what we expect on Sunday as well.
I just want to get your thoughts on Rama. He came in. It's not always an easy situation to go into a new country, play for a new club. Not only is he fit in, but he's been so good that it's freed up some more options for you in your lineup. Maybe just talk about his arrival and what it's done for the club.
Yeah, I think we're very particular, especially when we bring in foreign players. When we're bringing in a foreign player, we want to make sure we're bringing in a guy who can make a difference and comes in with the right mentality. And I think when you look at a player like Rama, mentality is everything. So we knew it was going to be an easy fit for him to come in and play, because not only is he a technically gifted player, but he's an excellent defender. He plays with a lot of power and strength in this game, and if you know his background like I do, you know what you're going to get in him, and it's exactly what we think we're going to get in him, and I think it's only going to get better as time goes on.
Yeah, when you make those decisions, how much do you factor in the person and how they'll fit into the culture of the club?
Yeah, of course. You want to know a lot about their background, not only their football background, but their family background and all these different things, and it's something, we've known. It's a The funny thing, I actually coached his brother many years back in Greece, and we didn't find that out till after we got to know each other a little bit better. But comes from a good background, knowing a lot of people, and I think that's important. He's a very humble type of player who's worked hard throughout his whole career as a youth player at Olympiacos, leaving home to go to Nottingham Forest. So we know he's been through a little bit of those trials and tribulations of leaving at a young age, and it makes this an easier transition for him.
We are the Lord, the mighty, mighty Lord. Just don't think you understand.
This has been Forge FC head coach and technical director Bobby Smyrniotis and Behind the Beard. The most Forge content can be found on the Forge Audio Network with Anthony Urciuoli. Subscribe on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts.